Very short business meeting on Wednesday night, right at the end of church, and all it is we put out a budget, kind of show you where we are year to date stuff, and income 23, income what it's progressing as for 24. So if you want to see what's going on, it's on the back table. There's some of these on the back table. Take one of them, go home. You got any questions you want to talk to me or somebody else about, be more than happy to answer any questions you might have in that whole deal. Tonight, I want you to make sure that you are praying for the men that will be here at the church. I know there's a large group coming from Cali Harbin. I know there's some guys that are coming from Grace. I know there's been several other people that's invited people to come. I think there's been a few guys that have invited some of their coworkers. So just be praying. I'm really excited about Corey being here with us. Some stuff that I think he's going to bring out tonight is going to be really good. And so just pray. Go back to what point number 2. We'll hit on this again here in a minute. Point number 2 from last week. Man, if you would unify with us in praying for this thing tonight, because I think sometimes we just forget that, you know what, men really, as much as they act like they don't, they really need the help of God in an unusual way to do the job God's given them to do. And I know a lot of times we like to act like we don't, but man, you'll never accomplish anything for God without His help. And I want us to make sure that we understand. I want this church to make sure that it understands that we need to be praying. That we need to be praying for our men in this church. So make sure you're being a part of that prayer. All right. Let's take our Bibles and go to Acts chapter number 4. Acts chapter number 4. I'm pretty excited about these last 2 points. This section that we're gonna finish up on. That we're going to finish up on today. But we're going to read, before we get started, we're going to read Acts chapter 4, starting in verse 23, and we'll read down to verse number 31. The Bible said, "And being let go, they went into their own company and reported all that the chief priests and elders had said unto them. And when they had heard that, they lifted up their voice to God with one accord and said, Lord, Thou art God, which hath made heaven, which hast made heaven and the earth and the sea and all that is in them, who by the mouth of thy servant David has said, Why did the heathen rage and the people imagine vain things? The kings of this earth stood up, and rulers were gathered together against the Lord and against His Christ, for of a truth against the holy child Jesus, whom thou hast anointed, both Herod and Pontius Pilate with the Gentiles and the people of Israel were gathered together for to do whatsoever thy hand and thy counsel determined before to be done. And now, Lord, behold their threatenings, and grant unto thy servants with all boldness that they may speak thy word by stretching forth thine hand to heal, and that signs and wonders